Welcome to MassGunTalk, a podcast I started to share info on what's going on in Massachusetts in regards to being a legal gun owner or if you're trying to attain your license to carry. We plan to bring you insight on guns allowed to be purchased in Massachusetts. We'll be getting other point of views from those trying to get their LTC or have already gotten theirs. My goal is to help people in the gun community of Massachusetts and beyond get more educated, aware, accurate, and to build a community where people can learn from each other. Steel sharpens steel. Now, for me, my experience, I had to go through a safety course, very enjoyable. I felt like the teacher that I had was very knowledgeable, taught me a lot, and I really enjoyed it. I look forward to taking other training courses with them once I get my LTC. Now, they taught us about how to safely handle a firearm, like the four laws are always think about a firearm as if it's loaded. Never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to pull it. Always keep the firearm aimed in a safe direction, and never aim it at anything you're not ready to destroy. So, also we was taught how to how to successfully load and unload the magazine, chamber a round, and then just different knowledge that is essential to being able to safely handle a firearm. Once they did that, you then have to put your application in, whether it's by physical application at a local police department in the city you live in, or if you have to basically go and do an online application. And then you have to take a live fire training class where basically you go to a range, you send shots down range, they teach you how to safely shoot the gun, aim, using iron sights or using a red dot, optic, whatever, the instructor has you use at the moment. You shoot on target and see how you do, and then you get your application stamp that you took a live fire training class, where you have your certification that you've taken a live fire training class. Once you do that, then you bring your application down to the police department, or you do that before, and then they call you for an interview. And at that time, the interview, they ask you just various questions, and that's when they'll fingerprint you again. You pay your fee, and then they begin the process to determine whether they're going to give you a license or not, which basically goes to meeting the qualifications, which we can discuss further in another episode. This is the first one. We're just getting to know each other, just trying to get some things off the ground, just some things established. I'm also planning on discussing the different ranges that they have in Massachusetts and what the different ranges offer. Me myself, I look forward to getting into competitive shooting, precision rifle shooting. I look forward to also being able to learn to handle different types of calibers of guns, becoming a collector, and basically working with others and hopefully training with others and getting better and helping others getting better, and taking various safety classes or just different training courses, period. I am a USCCA member. I've taken some of the training courses on their website. I do believe in having concealed carry insurance. There's also things coming, down the pipe in Massachusetts that I'd like to help people get aware of and get ahead of. So basically, that's one of the things that we're going to do in this podcast, is help keep people up to date on what's going on in Massachusetts, where it may affect you being a licensed gun owner. We plan on getting other people's insight on how they feel about, their experiences, whether they've carried in public, carried to work, they didn't, what they felt like. Did they feel like, everybody could see that they had a gun on them? Did they feel like everyone was staring at them? Did they feel like, no, nobody paid attention at all? I also hopefully want to get some insight just in different scenarios for people in Massachusetts when they have to use their firearm, from maybe a lawyer or maybe talk to a police officer, and possibly get some insight from him on how he'd like a licensed gun owner to interact with him, so that everybody feels safe and there's no animosity or there's no fear in either parties if he does pull over a person who has their license to carry and is legally carrying a firearm. Maybe even also from a lawyer's point of view. And also just really talk guns, man, like just different types of guns, different calibers. Hear from men, women alike who just have, you know, a love for having their legally owned firearm, what their favorite gun is, what their everyday carry is. Do they train? How often do they train? Me, I like to try to go to the range once a week. Look forward to trying to go, you know, more once I get my license to carry. And also how people look at home defense. You know, what do you think about when you're defending your home? Do you stage your guns? Is there a place you stage your guns? Do you have a routine? Have you talked to your spouse? Do you talk to your family? Have you trained your kids? And what that looks like, the castle doctrine, the things that are coming up that's going to change in April 6, 2026. These are the things that we're going to help keep our community abreast of so that we can all build, you know, a solid bond and a solid awareness, solid knowledge. And like I said, even sometime maybe setting up a time to train with each other, you know, get a instructor for the day or for a few hours and, you know, work on handgun skills, rifle skills, shotgun skills, whatever it takes to just build up the skills, because in the emergency, you don't rise to the emergency, you fall to the level of the skills that you have and the training that you have. So that's just one thing that I've been taught just from different trainers, that I've been dealing with. But again, this is our first episode. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys again. And this is MassGunTalk. My name is Corey S.